So here's my one of my favorite clients and my dear friend Meena. Our paths crossed more than 1 year ago. We first met in Women's Circle Facilitators training, right?
Yeah.
And later you joined my one-on-one coaching program, and I know that it's not the end, it's just the beginning. And when I say that she became my great friend, I'm really, really meaning this because she's coming to Ibiza sometimes couple of times per year to stay with me, and we have some good time together. So it's beautiful to see how this student teacher relationship can easily transform into deep, deep, deep uh, sisterhood, deep, deep love and respect and care for one another. So I'm really, really grateful for you to be here today and share your story about Circle of Women movement, your dreams, your desires, but also your struggles along the way. So welcome, Meena.
Thank you. Thank you for those kind words. I feel exactly the same. And even when I was preparing for the call, I thought, oh my God, how random is it to just sign up to a course, never met this person before, and then 6 months later, like I'm in your house and we built this friendship and we did the coaching program together. We had a couple of sessions live in your house, and I just think how funny is life, just the way you can just Google something. And I remember your course was the first one that I saw and the one that I kept going back to. And no matter how many other ones I saw, there was just something about your course that spoke to me. And I don't know if it's the words on the paper, on the page. It was the way you explained things, and I felt like I could really understand the value I was going to get out of this. So that's the sort of beginning of when I joined the Women's Circle course. And then, of course, you don't really know as well. Like, I had to do my due diligence. Like, let me research her and make sure she's a normal person,
Of
going on the
course.
Instagram page, make sure it's not a scam. Um, you did all the normal things that you have to do. And then signing up was like one of the best things that I did, because through that, I got to know you more. And then when the course completed, I just knew instinctively like the work wasn't over. Like there was another point that I needed to get to, and I was really struggling to get to that point. Like when I talk about the points, I'm mostly referring to how to convert all of the knowledge that I sort of accumulated over the last few years at that point, how to put that together and turn it into a business, or how can I truly help people in the way that I want to. So I think I would say I was very lost at the time, but I didn't realize how lost I was until I did the coaching program.
Mm. Oh, thank you so much for sharing all this. I
Yeah.
remember very clearly your struggles and you being lost into this big, big, big world. But can you, Mina, remember other struggles that you faced when you really decided, okay, actually, this one-on-one coaching is something that I need because I have this struggle, this struggle, this struggle. Can you remember this like main problems, burning problems that needed to be fixed now? Or you just came without any huge, intentions, desires, just bring it on?
I think it was like a little bit of everything, because like I just felt stuck in terms of I didn't know what to do, how to do it next. I would say mostly to do with social media. And there's like a bit of tension with me and my relationship with social media, because I'm very much more about speaking to people on the ground, speaking to someone on the bus stop. I feel like I work the best in that way. But I also needed to understand, what on earth am I doing with this information that I've got? Like, I just didn't know what to do with it. I've done energy healing, I've done quantum healing, I've learned tarot, I've done embodiment practices, I did your course. I was doing so much, but it comes to a point where I need to understand what to do with that stuff. And the main thing for me was like, how do I get clients? I think that would, if I think back, I think that was my thing. Like, how do I get clients? But joining the coaching program, I would say I got so much more from it than just the practical steps of doing business. It was way more than that. And I'm sure we can discuss that
Mm.
more as we go on.
Yeah, let's do this. Why not? So, if you remember our journey together, it was 3 month journey, right? It's
Yeah,
been 3 months
yeah,
together. Can you remember like the highlights, the
yeah,
best waves that we served together, like the biggest aha moments, like the maybe when you were here for this VIP day with me in a
yeah.
pizza or online, like that really cracked you open and showed you a new way of being, feeling, breathing.
Yeah, I think the timing of it and where I was at in my life, I felt that year I'd actually took some time out from work. I was burnt out and it was a genuine burnout. I like took 2 months off work. I went back because I felt like I should have to go back. But if I look back at that time, I probably wasn't quite ready. So I just remembered the feeling of exhaustion and overwhelm, and then just not knowing what my next steps were because I feel like at that time, I had this very strong desire that I want to jump careers now. I want to kind of change my path a little bit more. And the desire to work for myself I felt like it would be better for me thinking about where I was at, burnt out, had to take time out from work. And one of the main things I would say from doing the program, I think you can get into your head about like, right, I'm going to get clients and these are steps and it's this magic 1, 2, 3 and boom, you're done. And it's not like that. And what I felt was so powerful and transformative about the way you approach the first few weeks was about me. It was about my desires, it was about my body, it was about my own mental health, my spiritual health. Understanding my body was something that I really took for granted. In order to do good proper business, I needed to make friends with my body. And I never forget the first step was when we did the session about periods and the cycles and how your body goes through the seasons. I'll never forget that call because as we were talking about bleeding, I was actually bleeding and I didn't know. So I was like, oh my God, I got off the call. It's very personal. And I remember in that call, you said to me, Mina, I'm going to tell you now, you need to make friends with your period. I know it's awful, it's painful. And I remember you sharing your personal story about how much you suffered, but you helped me to think about my cycles in terms of like maybe there's like some level of some sort of trauma or discomfort there from an earlier experience. And I never really made those connections before. The next day after that call, I was with my family and I was coming back to London and I was packing to get on the coach and out of nowhere the pain just came really bad and I was like,
Mm.
I don't know if I'm going to make this journey without some painkillers, but I was like, but I just said don't take the painkillers. And I was like, right, you've got 5 seconds to speak to me right now. And I was really like speaking to her. We've been telling her off. And I was like, you have 5 seconds. We've got a coach to catch. We can't be late. What do you have to say? Because I just said I need to speak to my womb. And I like, I was like really having a conversation like with my
Yes.
womb, like a naughty child. And then it was like this, it's like epiphany just drops from the sky. And it just brought me back to my first period and how I felt at the time.
Mhm.
So I held some space for that, did some journaling around it, and it's been a year and a half later, and I have not once taken a painkiller.
Mhm.
And just learning that part of my body really just helped me not only in my business life but just my life in general. I really understood like the waves when you're on the high, the dips, the lows, and when to actually pull back. Like I think when you're quite like an ambitious person, that drive in you is so powerful that it actually doesn't have a mind to stop. It will just
Mhm.
keep going because it knows what to do. It's been trained that way. And I think learning about my body and the way you taught me about that through embodiment practices and learning about cycles really helped me to actually hang on a minute, pause. There's a time to go and there's a time to stop, and there's a time to pull back and there's time to go soft, and there's also time to go hard. you know?
Mhm.
And I think I've carried that part of the teaching with me through every corner of my life. And I talk about it to everyone. Any woman that I come into contact with, I share this story and they're so fascinated by it. And I always challenge them, like, try it, like, speak to your womb, write notes, think about your first experience, or think about some other experience that you may have had that may be affecting your cycles, because this is actually affecting your whole life. It's affecting your work life, your personal life. So for me, that was the biggest, deepest takeaway.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing this. I
Yeah.
remember. This exact call I remember very, very well.
Yeah.
And could you share a little bit what you can remember about the womb steaming? Because I know that you really enjoy this practice and with its archetypal work, some
Yeah.
somatic work around archetypes, mother archetype. Can you remember any highlights from these experiences? Are you still using these practices, or maybe they went away from your life? Like how it's your connection with these practices and
So I remember when you started to introduce me to embodiment practices, and one of them was about activating the voice. And I always carry this with me, and I say it to myself to remind myself that you said something about when we breathe, we need to make a sound. And I remember I was really shy to like express that sound through breath. And you really kept pushing me and pushing me to do it more and more. And your words were, if you can't make a sound through breath, then where else are you not speaking? And there was just something about that sentence that really sparked this thought. And I was like, oh my God, wow, like where am I not speaking? And even when you talked about intimacy, because it all plays a role in your voice, like if you're restricting your breath or if you're not present in those moments, like what's actually happening there? So I think when you taught me about the gates of pleasure, working with breath, presence, um, the sound, touch, you did it in a way that helped me to almost like connect and locate data about myself that I actually didn't know. I didn't know about these things. Anyway, I come back to London after the Ibiza trip and I was like, I said to my partner, I have to practice these gates of pleasure. And the breath one, I need to make a sound. And I was literally doing it everywhere, all around the house, in the bathroom, while I was getting ready. And I was like, okay, I'm getting comfortable now because I can do it in the house, but I need to push myself because I could feel the restriction was still there. I would just start doing it when I was walking to the station or in the supermarket. I'll look around and I just check, is anyone around, and just make a really loud noise.
liberation.
But you know what? The more I did it, the more I started to like my voice, because I
Mm.
remember I remember when I was younger and I think I heard a recording of my voice and I was like, oh my God, is that how I sound? And I think for many years I carried this shame about my voice. I didn't really
Mm.
think about it too deeply, but it was only through doing embodiment practices you start to unlock these old memories. And it can be just like really small memories that make you think, oh my God, I've been holding this in me. And I started to, like, instead of writing text messages to friends, I would voice note the messages just so I can hear myself back. And now I do these noises and I feel great. I don't even feel shame. I don't feel embarrassed about doing them. But it's just those little practices that really help to challenge me. Because I think if you're going into something new and you go into a new phase of your life, I think it was a really good way to stretch yourself, to understand you a little bit more. And going to the yoni practices, that's again is something that I practice religiously for the last year and a half since you taught me. I do it every single month after my bleed, like without fail, like nothing would get in the way of that. And
You're steaming, right?
pardon?
You're steaming.
Yeah, yoni steaming. And again, you know, when you're always so used to being on that train and going really fast and doing and doing and doing, and you're not making time or space for yourself, it's just a little practice that allows you to just have space and time for you to just think and to drop into the body. So all of these practices were so much more bigger than just business. You know, it supported my life because you, the person, is the business. So I think they those little pockets there were my biggest takeaways.
Beautiful. So, so pleased to hear that.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So now, after 1 year and a bit, what is your next steps in your journey? Are you planning to launch something, or where you are in your embodiment in your business? What is your next step?
Mhm. Well, my big mission right now is to come out the 9 to 5 job. I still have
Mhm.
that. And I would say, although like I've learned all the strategies of say how to build content and material and to put those ideas together and do all the branding, it's like I have the methods, which are brilliant and they work and they're wonderful. But I would say where I'm at right now is that time can also be limiting sometimes because of the 9 to 5 job. So I've kind of got this here. I'm aware of it. So I almost have something to work towards. But what I am doing at the minute is just I'm working with what I've got and I can only take baby steps with
Yeah.
what I have. And this year, thanks to doing your coaching program, I launched Cosmic Essence in spring, which has all of my treatments. It has the online workshops and courses that I have on offer. And now, right now, what I'm finding now it's been a year, actually, it's been exactly 1 year, is that the most important thing for me to do is to build the community. I
Mm,
think it's so much more bigger than putting nice images on Instagram. And of course, I do love doing that stuff because I'm a creative person and it's really easy for me to do that stuff. And and I really feel fulfilled when I make content and material. But I think I really want to focus on building the community and figuring out different ways I can do that.
amazing. Community is the answer, and really doesn't matter what the question is. It's
Yeah.
always like this. Wonderful. Last question. So, with your hand on your womb and on your heart, would you recommend one-on-one coaching program with Einstein Andy for conscious women who desire to grow in their business and in their femininity, feminine embodiment?
1000%. Like,
Mm.
if I was rich enough to gift other people who want access to this, I would actually do that as a program and be like, this is going to change your life. If you want to do this and you want to be over here, this is how you do it. This is the one woman who can take you from there and everywhere else. Like, she's going to turn you into this, like, I don't know what to call it, like this diamond shape. Like it's not even like a linear line. It's like she's going to take you to dimensions and places that you didn't even know existed. And I
Mm.
think, yeah, I always say it was. I'm not. I genuinely. I'm not saying this. I just every now and then I could be making a cup of tea and I look out the window and the thought will come to me and I'll be like, that was the best thing I ever did. It was the best 3 months. It was the best investment. And I would do it all over again. Like,
Mm.
I think I underestimated the the power of having a coach. You know,
Mm.
I thought, oh, that's easy. I can just do that and I can learn online and read some articles and figure it out myself. But really and truly, if you are trying to get from A to B to Z, you need someone to guide you through that. You need someone who's been through it, who's walked through it to take you through those steps. So, in short,
Mm.
1000% yes.
Wonderful. Thank you. You see, we are trained to believe that we can do everything by ourselves, and we can. We
Yeah.
definitely can. Like, we
Yeah.
can make successful business by reading the
Mhm.
books and watching
Yeah.
podcasts. Of course, we can do everything,
Yeah.
but it's gonna take us much longer
Yeah.
than having someone by the side who's already one
Yeah.
step further or half step further. It's gonna save us energy. It's gonna
Yeah.
save eventually us money also, because otherwise you're gonna invest wrong investments, wrong platforms, wrong websites, wrong things.
Yeah.
So it's gonna cost you so much not
Yeah.
having a coach. So actually having a coach saves you money
It
and saves
does.
you time and saves you energy. And
Yeah.
also two brains is always better than one.
Exactly. And it's just those tools. It's like I've got everything that I need. Like and it's just working with those tools and then you end up acquiring new tools and you get more ideas out of those tools, you know? And even like with even with doing your women circle of women's program and doing the coaching, it also helped me to think about how can I be of service to others, you know?
Mhm.
It just really helps you to think about the strengths that you have, the experiences that you have, and how you can package those things. And I think through a coach, they're able, it's like someone looking in from the outside. Like you don't have that ability because you're in it, but the coach is able to look in from the outside and kind of like highlight things to you that you're probably not even aware of. So I think that's what basically that is what you need if you want to to carve out a different path in your life, or you're at a struggle, or you're at a difficult point. It's like therapy. You need outside support. You can't therapize yourself.
Totally, 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 totally agree with this.
Mhm.
Wonderful, Mina. Thank you so, so, so
That's
much for
okay.
your time, for your
Thank
beautiful
you.
answers, for sharing the story and allowing me to relive the moment, relive our friendship, our ups and downs together. And I just want to say that I'm very, very proud of you. Cosmic Essence is coming into existence. So, guys, girls, check it out. Her beautiful website. I'm gonna link it somewhere, and I'm very, very proud of you. And I cannot wait to see the fruits of your labor. They are already here, I know, but they're gonna be so much bigger this year. 2026 is going to be your year. It's no doubt.
I just want to add with the website and all of the things that you see on my Instagram, Ista is the one who really helped me to put the elements together. Like she knew I'm a creative person. I know Ista's a really creative person as well. And she's like, have a look at these fonts, have a look at these colors. And she even used like my astrology to think about how the image could look like. So it's I can't explain it. It's like I never thought about using astrology as a way to brand myself. And once you have it, you've got it. And you can create whatever image you want out of it. It's incredible. Like these are things that you will learn on the coaching program.
Hmm. And much more, depending what you need. Super. Thank you so much, Mina. One
That's
more time.
okay. Thank you.